Everybody sleep. Hello. anybody's wondering, I'm in here. I'm just trying to keep quiet for it. Oh, how do you I can just tell right here. Pretty good. She's a great mom. Yes, I appreciate it. Funny puppies, yep. They laid out. I'm in here. I'm just trying to keep quiet, y'all. What's cool about this, I think I'm going to do this because I want everybody to just see the development of the puppies in the whelping box. So I'm going to try to live every day. I think it's something cool to show. Oh, okay. TikTok, I just got over here to this phone. She had a total. We lost a boy yesterday, I announced, but I didn't go on TikTok. I went on YouTube with that. That little fighter we had, we lost him yesterday evening. Like he was just might have been just a little bit underdeveloped. So she had a total of, man, I'm getting my numbers confused now. She had 9. The last one came out of breech. We had to actually go in and pull that one out with our hand. Yeah, that wasn't fun, you know. But if that, you know, but that puppy did survive, and so that little guy, he fought. Y'all remember when we first started that whelp, he was struggling, and he seemed like he was going to recover, but he started to fade. We did everything we could. Hey, thank you. New play. Hopefully they'll wake up and start moving around so y'all can see them. Hi everyone. Okay. Everything good, baby? Just chilling. It's okay. If you got a potty, just get up. Or you got a potty, I'll take you out. How many puppies does she have? 9 total, 7 survivors. Dog name, please. Her name is Nyla. Nyla. TikTok. What's going on? All right, so she has a pen. She can get out and get water over here once she need, and it's open. She can let us know. She can walk right in there. Get her potty. Huh? Yeah.
What are you doing?
You need me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
No, Mommy just told me to tell you.
Okay.
Daddy,
She walking too much?
Daddy, what are you doing?
Actually, I'm reading, watching Island. I got 2 lives on YouTube and TikTok, so they can see your puppies. You can go say hi. Huh?
No.
Okay. You gonna get your today? Huh? You do some exercise? I'm gonna watch this tummy.
What's wrong with you?
That tummy is big. Huh?
This is going to make you stomach.
But you exercise, but you like to eat, so you gotta make sure you exercise. You know what I mean? Hope everyone's having a good Saturday. You'll start hearing music once they'll be able to hear eyes open up and all that. We'll start playing little sounds, TV. I like to play a lot of uh, rockin' my baby music and a little like uh, gunshots type stuff. You know, like war sound. What's up, dog? Diz Rob? What's going on? Yeah, Nyla's a good girl. She's our girl, man. She's our girl. Marie Weston, she is beautiful. I lost mine in July 25. Oh man, sorry. I'm lost without her. They're the best dogs ever. Sorry about your loss. I was telling my wife this is kind of a good time. The first 2 weeks, the mom does most of the work. Some people say, "Oh, the first 3 weeks is the hardest," but to me, it's nothing but cleaning. There's a lot of cleaning. Um, just making sure she's relaxed. You know, making sure the puppy's good, weighing the puppies. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Then they get a little busier when it's time for that. So, but me myself, I just got home from work. My wife and them have done their duties with the dogs. Son them ran the dogs, throwing the ball, just getting them out, running them, and all that good stuff. Now I come home, relieve, kind of sit in here, and I brush up on things. I'm over here reading in the corner, Breeding Better Dogs. It's a good book. Brushing up on stimulation, which I'm probably going to show all that during this development process for these puppies. So yeah, we're gonna walk you through. Doing. Yeah. So I'm just over here in the corner. Hopefully the puppies start moving around. They probably ate before I came and just in that sleepy Thanksgiving mode. But I'm sure they'll start moving around. You get to see them work their way to the teats and different things and how she cleans the bouteilles and she's a good this is what you call a good mother. Those puppies are so clean. And she stimulate them and she's gonna relieve them and everything. And she's tired. So the only thing we doing is giving her a nice, good, healthy diet and keeping her comfortable. Yeah, I'm here. You all right now? Yeah, it does discuss the bracket method. Yeah. Yep. I have some availability on these puppies. So NWACountyCorsos.com. Call me 479. Uh, what's my number? NWACountyCorsos.com. 479-326-1603. 479-326-1603. Okay, they starting to move around. This is the fun part. I don't know about y'all, but this is the part you can kind of see day by day, week by week, just different aspects of them. It starts right here. I remember when my last litter, we had a brindle girl. The dog went to Little Rock, Arkansas. It's just from the start she was strong. She was getting on the teat first. She was just getting there. She remained dominant. She didn't take shit from nobody in the litter. She was the only girl in the litter. She was strong. That's what you want to breed for. Okay, they moving. They moving. They trying to find it. This one here been over here eating good. Yeah, it was. I thought that dog, I was gonna help that puppy, but it looked like that puppy just wants some mama's warmth. I try not to get in the way too much. If y'all watched the live birth the other day, we just assisted. We didn't help. Like we didn't get in the way. Like I seen guys doing whelps where they pulling dogs out of the mama, won't let her clean them, won't let her use her natural instincts. We don't do that. I'll help her, but I won't get in the way. Once she got that sack off and I see she just doing what she's naturally supposed to do, yeah, we'll grab the puppy, give her help, suction her out, boop boop. Hey, Wendy, from England, the UK. All right, about to knock everything down. It's almost they call a big bag. What's up, Buck? What the hell is TV? Buck, we do it different. Hey, good message, bro. I said, man, I was just telling people I'm in here reading and trying to get, we both do content, man. It's hard to raise dogs and families and do content. So I said I'm gonna show them a little more this year. You gotta stay dedicated. What's up, man, Sal? Thank you. I appreciate it. They'll never been over there getting graded. I need to call that one greedy, man. I do something different. I read something to y'all. Yeah, man. I thank you, Wendy. It's just good diet. When you when you got these pregnant moms, give her good diets and things like that. And then those of you who have breed, uh, after she birthed to them, they kind of not don't want to eat. Sometimes they just want to stay in there, and they've been uncleaned that placenta up and all that good stuff, and that's gonna give them a lot of nutrients as well. But I'll get some rotisserie chicken and get them eating immediately. It's hard to turn down that rotisserie chicken, ain't it? Mix a little of that in the dog food. Make sure you're giving her vitamins, extra calcium, so she looks good. There she go, cleaning the booties. What's up, Griselda? Connie Corso. I appreciate it, man. Hey, Griselda, I was telling my audience, I was just like, this is some. These times are. Oh, here they go. They're getting active now. Y'all gonna see them moving around. She done woke them up. Now they finna go find. They finna go find that titty. But I was telling them I was reading this. Just brushing up, taking time. Um, and I was also saying that a lot of breeders say, that the first 2 weeks is a roughest to me. It's just cleaning. You know what I mean? It's not this bad. So I'm in here sitting reading this. I'm gonna read something out of here, right? In order to understand the magnitude of the reproductive system, one must realize that the male dog has 78 chromosomes and the female has 78, and each chromosome or filing cabinet, they want you to look at it like a filing cabinet, if you will, are the genes. Within each chromosome, there are about 100,000 genes, or 78 times 100,000 equals the number of genes. In reality, the chromosomes of the parents separate, and one half of the genes from the chromosomes of the sire unite with one half of the genes from the chromosomes of the dam. Thus, one half of the genes from the sire unite with one half of the genes from the dam, and that mixture of genes makes the new individual. This does not mean that the sire has given up or lost one half of himself to be united with one half of the dam, but it does mean that both of them have contributed one half of their genes to produce each puppy in their litter. Furthermore, since each parent contributed one half, either one or both of the parents could have given some undesirable genes to the puppies. In more dramatic terms, let's remember that male dogs produce about 600 million sperm at one service of a female, and only one sperm is needed for each puppy. We're going back to school today, y'all. Did she have help delivering her babies? I was there. My whole family was there. So we was all there. We did it live. You can go back and look at it on my channel, Wendy, from the UK. This is Griselda, yeah, get this book, man. This Dr. Battaglia. This is a very important book, brother. Actually, I got this off eBay, and it was signed by him from Teresa to Teresa, but this is actually signed by him back in shit. Could be 85, I don't know. So we'll read some more. Get up. Why you sitting over there? You all right? I got it. You okay? You just sitting over there. Oh, I got it. Look, I'll let you do something good. Here you go. Just sitting there hollering. Just emotional. 4 girls, 3 boys. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. One must remember that the sire and dam receive their genes from their parents. Hence, it is possible that genes that a sire received from his father could be passed on to a puppy. When this happens, the puppy could be genetically more closely related to his grandsire than to his sire. This is important to remember when studying pedigrees because of the previous implications for line or inbreeding. Right? Some man called me and said, I don't want none of that, what did he say? I don't want none of that inline breeding. I said, what? I don't want none of that inline breeding. It's called line breeding. Another way to understand the subject of genetics is to think of genes simply as the material that carries the directions or instructions for developing an animal. All living things, both plant and animal, have one thing in common: a unique set of genetic directions. Each set of directions is simply some combination of instruction from each parent. The blueprints are the chromosomes, and each chromosome can be considered to be similar to a drawer in a master filing cabinet. Within each drawer of this very large filing cabinet are the single sheets of instructions, each of which controls a single process. These sheets of instructions are the genes. Since each chromosome represents a long strand of instructions, all the genetic information needed to make a dog is contained in 78 chromosomes. It is not the number of chromosomes that is important, but rather the length of the chromosomes and the complexity of these instructions. Excuse my stumbling and fumbling. I didn't make straight A's in school. And I've been out of school a long time. Jokey joke. Each puppy is the product of the genetic information provided by the puppy's father and mother. Unfortunately, the breeding of two animals is more than the blending of genetic instructions. In the final analysis, each puppy results from a double set of genetics instructions, one set from the sire and the other from the dam. In other words, there are two large master filing cabinets, one for the sire, containing the legacy of information accumulated from his ancestors, and the other containing the legacy of information from the dam's ancestors. Since there are two sets of instructions, one from the sire and one from the dam, to form each puppy, the question is, which set of instructions will be followed when the egg and sperm unite? Y'all didn't think y'all was gonna go. Y'all didn't think y'all was going to class. When one set of instructions supersedes the other, we call these genes dominant. If the instructions are blended together, the result is known as an incomplete dominance. The genetic result of mating two animals then is a massive shuffling of instructions. Therefore, the breeder who hopes to produce in one puppy all the genetic instructions which produce a grandfather or grandmother is working against great odds. Unfortunately, one gene does not completely control each trait, and the presence of a dominant gene on one of the matched chromosomes would cause the trait to appear. However, if the information were absent from chromosomes of both parents, the trait will fail to appear in the progeny. The genes which do not carry any instructions for a trait are considered subordinate to dominant genes. As a matter of convenience, the study of genetics uses a shorthand system for ease of understanding. This is done by using a letter to represent each characteristic. Capital letters refer to dominant traits, while lowercase letters represent a recessive trait. Well, they going to town now. Let's go to town. We got one over there still sleeping. Maybe he got fooled the last time. Get it off eBay, bro. Get most of your books off thrift books or eBay. Don't you ain't gotta pay holla. Hell, people don't even want to read no more. So shit should be pretty cheap. Should be pretty cheap. You should get a book for little nothing nowadays. If we let E represent the appearance of due clause and let sorry. If we let capital E represent the appearance of due clause and let lowercase e represent the absence of due clause, an animal can genetically be capital EE or capital E or lowercase ee. If capital EE occurred, the animal would have due clause. If capital E lowercase e occurred, the animal would have due clause in that case also because the dominant gene capital E supersedes the recessive lowercase e. If both lowercase e's occurred, however, the dog will be born without due clause. When breeders make dogs who are not pure dominants for all traits, different things occur. Not that a mating of a dog whose genetic makeup is capital E lowercase e to a dog capital E lowercase e. Man, let me show y'all. Right. This simple diagram illustrates that a sire and dam who both show a trait can produce offspring who neither show nor genetically possess the trait. Therefore, the appearance of a trait in either parent is no guarantee that it will be passed along to the progeny, which is the puppy. One of the many stages involved in the reproductive process begins when the bitch, we're talking about the female dog, that's what we call it, guys, for y'all who don't know, is bred. Although not a point for discussion here, suffice it to say that a bitch will encourage the sexual attention of the male during her menstrual heat. After the animals have been bred, the male's deposited sperm will live for a few days in the uterus and fallopian tubes of the bitch to await the ripened ova. When a sperm reaches and makes contact with the ovum, it attaches itself to the ovum and then appears to be sucked into the egg. Once the sperm has made its penetration, an immediate chemical reaction begins. This reaction prevents the sperms that enter from leaving, and it also prevents other sperm from penetrating the same egg. Within the head of the sperm is the nucleus that contains. You remember that from school. Okay, guys, y'all remember that hot dog. Okay, I need this. When do you do the tails? 3 to 5 days. Well, I'll wait 5 on mine because I want to make sure they're good and strong. That's another subject. Cropping and docking of the ears. Whoo, that's starting to become a sensitive subject nowadays. Oh, puppy at the top. You gonna wake up and get some? TikTok, I'm not ignoring y'all. My day is good, thank you. Yep, Javier, what's happening? What's up, Vicente? How's y'all new pup doing, bro? Javier, I'm gonna holler at you on that. Javier, I ain't got into that new Corso book yet. You made me spend all that money for it, but right now I'm doing this one. I was telling them earlier, this is what I like about the first 2 weeks. I can sit in here and watch. That's signed by Dr. Battaglia. Not to me, but I got it off eBay. Somebody he signed of somebody named Teresa. So finding time, finding time. All right, I've been on an hour. I'll try to come on every day, y'all. I can't promise, but I'll try to come on every other day. Y'all can just watch the process. I gotta get ready for a podcast. I'm out.